singing, I want jackpot, I want jackpot, I want jackpot. This video is for you. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great weekend. Today is going to be a sort of makeup tutorial chit chat kind of video. All right, so I'm going to be talking about the kind of things you should expect if you're looking to relocate to the UK or any other country as it may apply. But this is purely out of personal experience and the experiences of the people around me. So it's not a laid on the stone rule per se, but I'm just going to tell you the kind of things I came to see here and the things I've seen other people see. And I'm hoping that by sharing this, you would have, you know, an idea of what you should expect. If you're bumping into us for the very first time, you're welcome to the family. It's good to see you. So if you like what you see here, please click on the subscribe button and make sure you put on the notifications so you get notified each time we post a video like this. All right, so let's get glammed up while we talk. Okay guys, to my Nigerian family, there's a peculiar phrase called jakpa. Jakpa is a Yoruba word that means run. Okay, so you know, because of the recent events of mass of people migrating to other countries, this word has become prevalent and it's being used to refer to people who have left Nigeria to other countries. So you must have heard people say, I want to jackpa, or I have jackpa, something like that. So if you are not outside your country at this moment and you have decided to jackpa, you have decided to jackpa, you have been singing, I want jackpa, I want jackpa, I want jackpa. Well, this video is for you. If you're looking to migrate to the UK, I am in UK at the moment and I recently moved here about 8 months ago. So if you're looking to migrate, do not simply wish to migrate because loads of other people are migrating, okay? Now, if you're ready to migrate, and I mean you're ready, these are the kind of things you should expect. Firstly, you're leaving your home country to a country where you have no family, you do not know anybody. Don't quote me wrong, so people have families in the countries they are going to. So you're leaving your country to another country entirely, a country where you probably would not have a lot of family around or no family at all. So there's bound to be a lot of things you will experience apart from you not being close to your family. And I'm going to mention most of those things that you should expect. Generally, I would say you have to be mentally prepared. You have to be mentally ready to relocate your whole life, your family, everything, to leave everything you have ever worked for behind in your home country and move to another person's country. So you have to be mentally ready. Mentally ready, mentally prepared to take on whatever you're going to be seeing in this country that you're going to. Now, when you're mentally prepared, finances are next year. You're going to also have to be financially prepared. So I know a lot of people sort of get a loan from family or friends or from institutions to, you know, facilitate their jackpot runs. And they get to the country they are going to and they end up being stranded because of finances. Now, for those coming in through school, you should be able to at least pay 50% of your tuition, if not all. I always advise, if you have the money, pay 100% of your tuition. You get why? Because when you will be so worried about a lot of other things, school fees shouldn't be one of them. It's going to drive you crazy. So if you have 100% of your school fees, please pay it. If you do not, strive to pay at least 50% of your school fees before you get here. Now I'm going to explain why. For those of you that keep asking or that keep thinking, you've heard a lot of YouTubers say that you can work and pay your school fees. It's a very dicey situation. It's nearly impossible for you to work and pay your school fees. Two things are involved. You will need to work your ass out, and when I mean work your ass out, you will have to work so much that you will miss school if you have to meet up paying school fees. Now, as a student, you're restricted to 20 hours of work during term time. Now, you can't work more than 20 hours. Currently, the minimum wage is £10.42. Now, multiply £10.42 by 20 hours a week. That would be about £208 thereabout. Now, one trimester is about 3 months, and you're only allowed to work 20 hours during that period. Now, you will have rent to pay, you will have bills to pay, you will have to buy food. So, how are you going to manage to do all that and then still raise money for school fees? Some people have to now do like work illegally to make up that money. That's the work more than the 20 hours so that they can make up the money to pay the school fees. And if you do that, it's not great because the home office will come for you. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, even though you can work unlimited hours during break, now, like, how are you going to make it? If you have, for example, your school fees is £12,000 and you have paid, say, 5,000. You have paid 5,000 deposit and everything to come to get here, and then you have 7,000 left. How are you going to raise 7,000? So it's kind of a bit unrealistic. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Well, for people that come with their spouses, it's a bit easier because your spouse, who is the dependent, is entitled to unlimited work hours. Now, okay, I'm talking and I'm forgetting to do my makeup. Your spouse is entitled to unlimited work hours. So that makes it a bit easier, yeah? But then, if if you have come with your family, maybe your children and everything, bills will take up your money. Bills will take up your money. I'm not saying people have not done it. People have done it too. But men, it's not going to be easy. You literally be on your toes to pay that fees. So please, to avoid stories that touch the heart, to avoid you running kitty kitty kata kata, please do your fees, 50% fees or 100% if you can, before you arrive the country you're going to. Now when you get here, it's going to be difficult at first. Trust me, you're going to go through a lot that you wish you never came. I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm just telling you, be prepared. You know why? Because you have left your comfort zone. You are coming here to a country where things are different. The system is different. The way they do things is different. The culture is different. You know, the work ethics is different. Even the way they teach at school is different. So you're going to find a lot of things difficult. You're going to find it a bit difficult at first. But as you go on, you're going to adapt. You're going to get used to the environment and everything and how everything works. So just prepare your mind that as you're coming, things are not going to be the same. If you're somebody that used to be balling in your country, you cannot be balling here, my dear. In this country, time is money. There is no time for balling. You will ball, but you will have to make money first before you can ball. So you're going to be having a lot of lifestyle changes, and here they keep to time a lot. It's a typical case of time is money. Okay, time is very, very important in this place. So if you are a very tardy person, sorry, you're gonna have to adjust. If they say bus is moving by 10:48, bus is moving by 10:48. If they say train is moving by 1:13 on the DOT, like 1:13.00, that train is going to move. So if you're not inside that train at that time, sorry, there's nothing they can do to help your life. So you're gonna have to be on time. If you miss the bus, you have missed the bus. If you need to catch that bus, you need to be on time, and you will run to the bus stop. Believe me, honestly. There is no African time here. Everything is on time. They say class will start by 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock class has started. So just know that no African time here. Another thing to expect are the culture shocks. These people do not behave like us. Whatever country you're going to be coming from, they don't behave like you. Here you call people by their first names. It's nothing like sir or ma. Even if it's your boss at work, even if it's your lecturer, there is no sir or ma here. So when you come here, don't expect a small child to call you uncle or auntie or sir or ma before you now come and say they've insulted you. If your name is Abisola, they will call you Abisola. If your lecturer's name is Charles, you're going to be calling him Charles. There's nothing like Mr. Charles. Title is not a thing here. That's just some of it. There are a whole lot of other culture shocks. You can watch my video on culture shocks I have experienced. I'm going to leave the link down below. Now, another thing you should expect is the weather. The weather here is quite different. Very, very different. Of course, you've already heard. If you're going to be coming during winter, You might feel like you want to actually return home because what? We are not used to this kind of cold. It's always very cold. But no worries, no worries. You'll go through it. Cold did not kill a man. Cold killed nobody. So you're going to go through it. And you're going to survive. And you're going to make it out. But when you're coming, a lot of people make the mistake of, buying a lot of clothes and bringing them here. You see those clothes? They are going to be useless. Subsequently, I'm going to do a video on what you should pack if you're relocating to another country. Now, so many people make the mistake of packing a lot of clothes they don't need. You don't need those clothes. When you come here, you're going to buy clothes. Why? Because those clothes are not useful here because of the weather. There's no need filling up your boxes with so much clothes that you would not need. If you're coming during winter, one winter jacket is enough. Believe me, whatever winter jacket you're buying, you don't know the type that you need until you get here. So depending on the weather, you would know the kind of jacket to buy when you get here. But it's necessary to get one that you can use when you get to the airport, like from the time you're going to be commuting to your final destination from the airport. So guys, let's leave things to pack for another day. Now let's talk about accommodation. Accommodation has become a major problem for immigrants. So we've had loads of people relocating, and then accommodation is now becoming an issue. For students that are single, it's quite easy for them to get accommodation because there are a lot of student accommodations that take single occupancy. It's quite difficult for people that have families because landlords do not want to take people with families. I don't particularly know the reason why. Probably couples without children might be a bit easy, but for couples with children, it's always a hassle. If you're going to be coming with your family, with your children and your wife or your husband, please make sure you find accommodation before you get here. You don't want to be stranded when you get here. Even if you're single, be sure to find accommodation before you get to wherever you're going. And the earliest time to find accommodation, if you're coming in September, the earliest time to start looking for accommodation is maybe June. So that's how many months? So June, July, August. Basically like 3 months to the time you're going to be resuming or you're going to be landing the country. I am going to leave some sites that you can find accommodation if you're coming to the UK. But if you're a student and you need to get accommodation before you arrive here, I would strongly recommend AMBA students. They're available in a lot of countries, including the UK. So if you're a student and you're looking for student accommodation, AMBA students would be your best bet. And it's better you look for the accommodation, request for a view, even if it's a virtual view like WhatsApp video call or something, and just make a reservation before you get in so that you don't get stranded, because you might end up paying hotel or getting an Airbnb, and that's a lot of money that you're going to be wasting. Money you need, you get it. So get accommodation before you come, whether you are a single person or whether you are a family. Trust me, you don't want to be stranded wherever you're going to. So make plans for accommodation before you get here. 3 months to when you're arriving is ideal. Again, in your home country, if you are not used to paying tax, please, when you get here, you will notice that tax here is no joke. It's a mandatory something. Although as a student, you're exempted from paying council tax. It's what we call council tax here in the UK. Your spouse might not be, like your dependent might not be exempted. Your dependent might have to pay council tax And if you're working and earning a certain amount of money, I don't know the figures right now, I can't remember the figures right now, but if you're earning up to a particular amount of money in a year, you will have to pay tax. So don't come with that mentality from your country that you will not pay tax here, you are going to pay tax. And then there's also bills, you know, energy bills, gas, water, everything is paid for in this country. If you want to throw away old furniture, you will pay for them to come and carry it. Here, things are not disposed like that. If you want to throw away your old bed or your old mattress, you pay them to come and carry it. When you come here, you will learn about recycling. You know, in most African countries, we just throw our, garbage outside, and we don't even know anything about recycle or whatever. But when you get here, recycling is the order of the day, and you have to, your recycles from your other trash. They are going to be giving you a recyclable bin where you'll be putting your recyclables, and they will also give you another bin that you would put other trash that is not recyclable, and you also have a food bin. And when you put trash from the kitchen, perishable trash. So let's talk about jobs. Now, if you were CEO, or you were probably working in an oil company, whatever job you were doing, okay, and you were earning so much and you had to leave that job to Jackpa. Now when you get here, you might not first see a professional job in your field, and while you're waiting for that to come, you might need to do menial jobs. And by menial job, I mean you might have to wait tables, bar attendant, event staff, factory worker, production assistant, all those sort of things. Might even have to be a delivery person, a delivery driver. You might have to, get involved in so many menial jobs to get some pay to get by. Well, the difference is that in this country there is dignity in labor. Menial jobs are not seen as menial jobs per se, because there's a minimum wage and you're going to be paid what is due your work. Before you get that professional job in your field, you will have to ask anybody that left the country, that jackpot, before they settled in, except they had a professional job before they moved on. But if you are coming as student like this, or as dependent, don't expect to just come. If you work in the bank, don't expect to just come and see bank work. So you have to, do those jobs. Those jobs that you think that it's quick. You're going to do it. But no worries. As you're doing it, you're getting your pay weekly. They pay you per hour. Okay? And when you come here, you're going to be homesick a lot. Hey, people don't talk about this one. A lot of people get depressed because when you think of the kind of life you were living in your home country, and you probably get here and you have to do some kind of mean jobs that you never thought you would do in your life, so you will not find it funny. A lot of people get depressed because you're not around family, you're not around friends, so depression is bound to set in. But it's perfectly okay. It's normal to feel lonely. It's normal to feel homesick. But then you're in a new environment, you're getting to meet new people, so make friends. Yes, coming to school or looking for money is not the only reason you left your country. Socialize. You also came here so that you can be exposed to other people, especially people from other countries. So make friends, make new friends, and also keep in touch with your family. If your family is not here, keep in touch with them. Thank God for virtual calls, you can do video calls, talk to your family often, tell them what is worrying you. You need your mental health, okay? So you need to speak with somebody to stay sane. You need to make friends. Don't die in silence. When you have thought of all the good life that you had, or the soft life that you had to live to get to another person's country. So have people you can talk to, make new friends, things will get easier. Like I said, you adapt as time goes on, okay? So we've talked about a lot of things. We've talked about being mentally ready. We've talked about being financially ready. We've talked about accommodation. We've talked about being homesick and how you can deal with it. Spoken about jobs and paying fees. If I may add, one thing about jobs is that as you come, don't expect to see job immediately. Some people stay as long as 3 months before they get a job. They say there's job. Well, if you ask someone that has stayed for 6 months and has not seen a job, the person will tell you there is no job. So it's different strokes for different folks, okay? Somebody might enter today and say, well, next tomorrow. Somebody might enter, see next week or next 2 weeks. Somebody might enter and not get job till 3 months, 6 months. So it actually depends. So don't come with expectation of what you have heard or what one person has told you. Your case might actually be different. In all, a prepared mind, a mentally prepared person would be able to go through these things should they happen. So when you're coming, come at least with money that can last you up to at least 6 or 8 weeks, because you're coming here, you've not stabilized, you don't know if you're going to see a job or not, and you don't have money to feed. It's going to be devastating. So come with money that is going to last you for as long as 6 to 8 weeks in case you don't get a job immediately. So my people, if you are coming, prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourself. Don't say you did not know, they didn't tell you. And if you are coming under student visa, because some of you, I've seen some people that have made this mistake. They said they are going to give you post-study visa after school, yeah? But the other part you guys don't hear about is the study visa fee, application fee, and IHS. So the same way you have paid for visa and IHS to come, this time, if you're getting a post-study visa, you're going to pay the application fees for the visa, and you're going to pay 3 years IHS. If you're doing masters 1 year, you pay 2 years IHS, because you're going to be in the country 1 year and some months, so they charge for 2 years IHS. And your post-study visa is supposed to be 2 years, and I think it's going to run the same way this one is. It runs 2 years and some months before your visa expires. So they are going to charge you for 3 years IHS. So you have to come with the preparedness that, okay, if at the end of my study I don't get sponsorship to stay back, I would want to get a post-study visa, and I have plans, financial plans ready to make that payment. So if you're coming as a family, and maybe a family of 4, a family of 5, you know that that's a lump sum you're going to be doling out. So you need to prepare for that, so you don't come here and get shocked, get surprised at some things. Permit me to finish up off camera and I'll be back. So guys, that is my own little experience of what you should expect when you are relocating to another country. And I'm giving these experiences with regards to the UK, in which I am resident at the moment. So I hope you learned a thing or two, and I hope you also learned something from me doing my makeup, and I hope you like How is it? Okay guys, so this is where we bring this week's video to an end. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video. Thank you very much for staying. Until our next video. Ciao, ciao.